Welcome to Keesto, the intentional productivity app. Intentional productivity is just identifying what needs to be done, committing to what's realistic, actually doing what you committed to, and finally reviewing what you did, looking for ways to improve. Then it's just rinse and repeat. Keesto was designed to make this process easier. The base of Keesto is 4 functional elements: a calendar, commitments, aka to-do list, track or task references and context logs, basically a project manager, and finally, time tracking and reporting. These elements are then combined into views tailored for planning, executing, and reviewing. Let's see how they work in practice, starting with planning. First, let's identify what needs to be done. To do so, just slide this out to the days you want to see. This will show you any tasks that are due in this period. To commit to a task, just drag it to a commitment list. Notice that your available hours update. Also, if we open the calendar, we can see that the task was scheduled in the holiday time bin. To learn more about how time bins work between the calendar and commitment lists, see the Keesto 101 tutorial video. The main thing to know is time bins on your calendar map to sections on your commitment list, giving you a lot of control on how you manage your time. Now, if we keep adding tasks, notice that Keesto will alert us when we run out of available time, making it easy to see when we're overcommitting. Keesto also supports planning over multiple time periods. This project is budgeted for 15 hours, so clearly it won't fit in a day, but it will fit in a week, so probably makes more sense to add it to my week list. Finally, Keesto is smart about not double counting, so I can add a task to my week and add a subtask to my day and everything still adds up correctly. So now that we have a plan, it's time to actually get to work and go into execution mode. There are 3 things that Keesto can help with here: tracking your time, tracking context, and dealing with interruptions. To start tracking time, just click on the Start Timer button here. This starts a new timer for this task. I'm going to edit this timer a bit because I've actually been working on this task since 1:30, so let me just fix that. Now, I can track how much time this task takes, and more generally also see where I spent my time this week when we get to reviewing things. One of the big pain points I've always had is tracking all of the stuff related to a project that's scattered across a bunch of files, apps, email, chat, and other sources, in a way that makes sense contextually. In Keesto, you can use context logs to solve this problem, which are just simple notes you can attach to tasks that support references and images. So for instance, if I had to stop working on this video and go do something else, I would create a new context log and briefly note what I did, and add any relevant references. That way, when I come back, I can quickly reestablish my mental context for this project. Also, I can easily zoom out and track what I did over a longer period by just clicking up higher in the task list. So here, I can see that for this onboarding video project, I've written a script, looked up some After Effects stuff, and recorded the scene. This can really help in context switching between different projects. If you're interrupted while working, just add the interruption to your inbox. The easiest way to do this is use the inbox quick add. This lets you deal with the interruption and make sure you won't forget about it, but also doesn't break your concentration from what you're working on in the moment. The final stage for intentional productivity is reviewing what we did. Really, there's just one question to answer. Did I do what I said I would? In Keesto, answering this question is simple. In review mode, Keesto shows the current week, but with all of your inactive commitment lists shown as well. From here, it's easy to see if you did what you committed to. Looks like I did pretty well this week. However, focusing in on Tuesday, I see I didn't finish a task. To answer why, the first question is, what did I spend my time doing? If I track my time during execution, then this question becomes really easy to answer. I just go to the calendar and see what I did that day. Looks like I spent about an hour on some admin stuff that wasn't scheduled, but otherwise pretty much spent the day as planned. So next question. Did this task take longer than budgeted? Going to track, I can see that actually no. I had budgeted 10 hours but actually finished in 7, so that's not it. But looking back at the calendar, while I had a total of 9 hours, once I take out time for lunch and meetings, I'm left with about 7 working hours. However, this task was budgeted at 10, so that means I just overcommitted. So note to self, remember to not overcommit. So that's a brief summary of how Keesto can help you be more intentionally productive by simplifying planning, doing, and reviewing your work.